support the people that make life a lot more enjoyable. I just think I wanted to make a movie like.
Everything okay?
What was that?
Nashville, known worldwide as a serious music city. We say, would it kill you to laugh a little?
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, it's live from Little Hollywood.
Featuring Caitlin Cannon, Alice Wallace, Gina Barabash, Stuffy Schmidt.
This week's guests, Mikah Wyman and B. Taylor. And now our hosts, Gina Frer Bacon and Scott Slacks.
Here we are.
That's not House Band Sam.
It is not House Band Sam.
Did somebody beat him up, take his clothes? You know that thing, the old Enrico Paluzzo trick?
Oh, that move. I'm digging the nylon strings.
I know something's a little sharp though. Oh, hold on a second.
It's freshly tuned.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know, because I know he just tuned that.
It was accidentally sat on the scissors.
Welcome, Danny Strymer. Thank you for being our house band
Thank
today.
Happy to be here.
That's beautiful.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. How do you know when a nylon string song is over though? It seems like there's.
They don't have the big endings.
Oh, is that the ending? Oh, you slum it just like the metal bands. I love how everything ends the same. You ever get into a dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da da da? You know the Freebird
Bolero?
thing.
Oh.
Oh.
Bolero, that thing that goes on and on forever.
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah. Well, you are a musician, just like myself. It's a non-profit, not by choice.
Is it true that you have an album coming out?
I have
Your album's gay too?
I have one out now. It's called New Love Songs.
Really
New
is
love
trending.
songs, as opposed to the
Bossa
old
Nova
ones.
and beyond.
Oh, nice.
And
I love a bossa nova.
so I do my best. I'm not a master of bossa nova, but I love it.
You can blame it on the bossa nova.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for classing the joint up.
Yeah.
And we are Gina Frary Bacon and Scott Sachs. What's your new rap name, Gina?
Live from, something about canning bacon hopper.
I'm telling you, the world wants you to be like a hoe.
I guess so.
The world is calling for you. Sorry. But you have to be pretty classy if I say that. Like, if you were anything like a sleazeball hoe, I couldn't say that.
I can get away with it
Yeah.
a little more.
Yeah.
Because I have an appearance of non-sleaze.
No, you
Maybe?
just you have like it's like neutral, but you clicked on pro.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know,
I'll
it's
take
like
it.
it's not offensive, and it's pleasing, but you clicked on pro. It's a little better than.
Nice.
I always thought like Cheryl Ladd was bland. I'm sure the young audience we're trying to attract is really connecting with me now. Even my generation has to go.
Speaking of your
Ladd.
generation, Scott, it's your birthday, is it not?
It is. It is. It
Happy
is.
birthday to you.
I don't like the birthday thing because I know. Because I could see it in Susie's eyes. I know. Her eyes tell me, like, yeah, just you wait till the stroke of midnight because it is going to be back to normal. And it's going to be tenfold. I know that's coming.
You just get a day. At least you get a day, and you get an artery clogging meal for dinner
I do.
once a year.
Yeah, I get,
Something to look forward
she
to.
gets a cake in the shape of a cheeseburger, which I refer to
Nice.
as the Beatles of food.
I think I had some of that cake
It's
last
not in
year.
question. Cheeseburger wins. Beatles win. It's not a conversation. It's not a conversation.
You had a thing. You posted the best cheeseburger you ever had in your life, and me, along with a lot of other people, asked you
Oh, it was
where you
so
got
good.
it, and you never answered
It was
that
the place.
question.
It's the place outside of Vinyl Tap, and it's the truck
the
thing.
trailer. Yeah.
Dream Burger.
Dream burger.
Yeah.
Dream. So it's dreamy.
I mean, the best cheeseburger in the world is always the one I'm eating when I say this is the best cheeseburger in the world.
Okay, well that's good.
It's
to
like
know.
again, like with the Beatles. The best Beatles song is
Is
the
the one
song
you're
I'm listening to, and I go,
listening to?
"That's the best Beatles song right there."
That's good perspective.
Um,
Well, we have some good guests today.
I said, yeah, I know. As opposed to the last week's, woo.
Can't believe we got through that one.
I know that whole special guest thing. That's so mean.
No, we've had so many special, very, very, very special.
Or when
guests.
people say, "Oh, I so appreciate that, especially coming from you." I'm like, when someone says
Oh,
that
they
to somebody,
qualify it,
I don't
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
They just told everybody else that they're okay.
Matters less.
I could go on, and I will. Tell the people who our guests are.
We have Mikah Wyman,
Yeah.
The owner of Sky Blue Cafe down the road, and a comedienne. Looking forward to hearing about that.
I mean, if you own a restaurant, you better have a sense of humor.
You'd better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a, you know, and they've been in existence for over 10 years.
A long time.
Yeah.
I think since I moved here.
And they say it's like if you get past a year. My dad had a restaurant for a minute.
I didn't know that.
Didn't work out.
Didn't last the year, or did he last a year?
It's a coffee. That's a coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I have a friend, if I ask a question, that's a big answer, not a quick text.
That's what John Bird says.
Oh, she does?
John Bird, he just says coffee. Coffee. And then we
I got
have
it
a
from
long
Nikki.
list of topics.
I got it from Nikki Bloom. She's like, I'll be like, so is he still like seeing her, but they're like, or they're divorced, but they're living together? She'll just be like, that's a coffee.
Nikki Bloom's Cher album is one of the best things I've heard this year.
Yeah.
I run to it. It's great.
Yeah.
Really
I
great.
have a couple albums I run from.
Speaking of great singers, we also have B. Taylor here.
Yes.
B. Taylor. I'm really happy about that.
These are top-notch guests. This isn't like public
Top-notch.
access bullshit.
Nope.
It's not. Like, we may be in a public access part of our existence.
Yes.
But it is much bigger than that. This is the Rockefeller Center.
One of the best things that I came across when I moved here was public access. They had some wacky stuff.
What was
on
it
there. I think
called?
I've talked about that before. It's still there. I think it's Kneecat. But there was a bluegrass guy whose name was something that sounded like Johnny Daniels, but it wasn't Johnny Daniels. This older gentleman. In a
Kneecat?
bluegrass band. Yeah, Kneecat.
Oh, is this an abbreviation thing?
Yeah.
Why do
Nashville
people...
Educational
if you're going to
Television.
talk to me and use abbreviations, don't just assume... Like, I moved here. I lived here for like a week, and they're like, yeah, we're heading up to TPAC. I'm like, what? I don't understand what you're saying. TPAC. Why would I...
There's a guy on
did I
TikTok who
just
does that Nashville, Nashville Lingo 101.
Yeah.
And he gives you the real names of all the streets, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Is there abbreviation
I'm trying to
for
think
the streets?
of one. Yeah, like Dickerson Pike and Charlotte. It's just, anyway, people try to get more precise, and he throws
Yeah.
it back to the original.
Just say the name. I don't like Philly.
Philly?
Philadelphia.
You don't like Philly?
I just like words a lot. I like the full word. And I write
Philadelphia.
I don't like 2/12/24. I like February the 12th, 2024. These are important things. It's our life. Why would we be abbreviating our existence? Why would we be abbreviating time? Aren't our lives abbreviated enough? Which camera can I look
Is
in
this
all of
because
them?
it's your birthday? Are you feeling like your life is shorter and you need to...
I feel with
expand
every
things?
death, there's a lot of deaths on Facebook. It's deaths and no one dies anymore without all of us knowing. Deaths and births, deaths and births. And with every death, I embrace life more. I don't mourn the dead. I celebrate my life when they die. Don't invite me to your funeral, because I'll be back celebrating.
Dancing on your
I'll be
grave,
like,
yeah.
woo, woo, yeah. I'll be like, whew, that was a close one.
Wearing the jumpsuit and everything.
Everything. All right, well, let's go to a commercial, and Danny, strime us out of here. Take us to a commercial break. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right.
We all love to annoy our neighbors. Now, you don't have to put any work into it. You can just annoy them with the sound of you working.
Mikah Wyman is here.
Yeah, Mikah.
Mikah.
It sounds like Michael, but it's not. It's Mikah. Your neck's going to really bother you by the end of this interview.
Swinging back and forth. You can kind of fake it a little bit. Yeah,
gotta
I can
get
just
somebody
come
on here
over
with a neck
and
brace.
shoot my way over. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
You own Sky Blue Cafe.
Yeah, me and my husband.
I've heard a lot about it. And it's been in that little corner, that one little corner spot for 10 years?
It's 14 years as of just the other day, as of
14
March
years.
1st.
That is a lot of longevity.
Yes, it is.
Is that how you pronounce
Considering
it?
what's happened to the
How do
neighborhood,
you
there was a
pronounce that?
tornado.
No, I
and
got you, but
longevity.
oh, you were like
Longevity.
longevity. You put like a getting jiggy. What do they say?
Getting jiggy with it.
Yeah,
I got
that's
jiggy
a
with
lot
it.
of long getting givey with it.
Long
Jiggy.
jiggity
Yeah.
with
I
it.
had like
Jiggity,
several people, but I had never met any of them. Mikah Wyman. So that's on the. But you're not Jewish, but Wyman can be a Jewish name.
Yes, I'm
would you
not
convert?
Jewish. I've thought about it.
Because we need all the numbers we can get here.
I know. I honestly, living in North Carolina, and people would always, who happen to be Jewish, would always be like, hey, like, can you tell me where the synagogue is? Like, I think I seem like a friendly
Yeah.
Jewish presence.
And what do you say to them?
I say,
fucking-
yes, I do.
Yeah.
Know where it is.
Oh, you give me
you just
directions?
happen to
Yeah, I know.
So go to
good, you
Blue
took
Sky
that.
Cafe if you need directions to the synagogue
Yes,
for this
to the closest.
shiksa impersonating a Jew.
It's funny because I'm from New York. A lot of people ask me if I'm Jewish just because they assume if I'm from New York, I must be.
No one asks me; they just know, and they don't say anything to me because it's the South. The hell? We're like
They're in the South.
If you subtract the Jewish people, you subtract 90% of your DVD collection and your album collection and Netflix. I don't know.
Most comic, or a lot of
Yeah.
comics.
Lot
Not-
of
Maybe not
comics.
most, but a lot.
How do you not embrace and love and support the people that make life a lot more enjoyable? I just think I wanted to make a movie like.
Everything okay?
What was that? I really don't know. Did you kick my table?
Nobody
That's
kicked
it.
the table.
Under the decks! Boy, you gotta watch what you say in this house.
You are a comedian, Micah. Why do you think there are so many funny Jewish people, even though you're not Jewish?
That's a. How do you answer that?
I don't know.
There are so
I don't know.
many.
It is a cultural thing, and there's a lot of black
Stop it.
comics. There's a lot of
That's
Jewish
true.
comics, and there's a lot of Canadian comics. And I don't think anyone's like, "Ooh, I gotta hang out with some more Canadian people, get my laughs." But it's just supposed to be a cultural thing. I don't know.
When
Why-
did you start? When did you decide you wanted to be a comedian, or did you decide?
I always wanted to be a comic, but I was very ambitious and scholarly, and so I thought, and I'm also a speech language pathologist, and so I always thought I couldn't be a comic because I thought if I had a professional job, I couldn't be in the
funny.
arts,
Yeah.
right? Like some of us
yeah.
we think we
'Cause
have to
it's
be
not
grown-ups.
substantial enough. Or
Yeah,
it's
we
not-
can't have
yeah.
like a cool career, a great career, and also like perform. And then with my second daughter, I almost died during childbirth, and I was just like,
I love what she does.
whatever, whatever.
That's like her. That's my favorite. That was great. I saw you at the Sands do that bit. That was a nice slapper.
Yep.
Ooh, that was good.
So that gave you a new perspective.
I was just like, well, we're all gonna die. No one cares. Like,
Yeah.
So
if
just do what
Is
I
that
want.
how you wait on the tables at your restaurant? Welcome to
all
Blue Sky.
gonna
We're all gonna
die.
die. Nobody cares. Where's it all leading? What do you want? I hate when people like look at the menu and they read the whole name. You know, like the Chili Friday, Chippewa Falls Cheeseburger Deluxe. I'm just like, they know what it's called here.
yeah,
Just say the cheeseburger. You don't
yeah.
have to do the whole
I
name.
agree. Some people get it wrong though.
Do you have funny names of foods at your? Do you use your comedy at your restaurant?
I would say I do have like bits. Like sometimes I have funny things that when people say certain things, I'm like, I have a funny response to
Oh,
it.
all right. Should we
Does
try
that
it
make
out? Can I
sense?
do like the dad? What is it? You know, the dad humor.
Oh,
that,
dad
like, he likes
jokes.
to charm the waitress because it feels like he can like charm the ladies again.
Yeah.
What's a classic one that they do?
that men like to do
Yeah.
to try to be funny?
Yeah.
My grandpa used to take me into restaurants when we moved to North Carolina, and he would say, "Hey, this is my wife."
Oh dear.
And he's like, "I'm fitting in with all the North Carolina people." And then he'd go, "I'm going to start smoking. It's so cheap here."
Wow.
He was really funny. He was a pastor.
Yeah.
I guess that's where you get it from. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was
See,
he
and he
saying
didn't
like
have-
pretending his wife was really young? He was
He was
saying you
pretending
were his
I
wife?
was his wife.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
He's
so
a pastor.
inappropriate for
He
a
thought it was
pastor.
fun.
That's-
Yeah. Well, that's Jewish enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
He didn't have a hang up on my career versus comedy. Clearly.
He did not.
No. My dad's only restaurant joke was, here, you're the waitress and you give me the bill. It was extremely dry. And he would go like this. For what?
Oh,
Oh, yikes.
For what? I know. It has a, yeah, I know. That's what I come from. Anytime my wife gets mad at me for saying something that has a little jab, I'm like, this is who I am. These are the people I came from.
so there's a whole comedy scene in Nashville. People might not realize that there are a lot of places. You're going to be performing at the Dive Motel.
Yeah, there's an awesome show on Thursdays at the Dive Motel.
Is it called something?
It's called
Is there a name?
The Dive Comedy.
Yeah.
I'm not
She's
sure.
just making
Comedy
that
at the Dive. I don't remember, but it's a great
totally
show.
made
at
that
8 at the Dive
It's
Motel. I'm pretty sure they have it every single Thursday.
Are you there every Thursday? Are you part of the every Thursday thing?
Not every Thursday, but I go up probably once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
All
lot
right.
of great shows.
Are you more uncomfortable here or there? Do you drink?
Uncomfortable?
Do you drink before you go on a little bit?
I have one drink.
What do you drink?
I like to have a beer.
Because that
Before I
takes
hit
the
the
edge off
stage.
just enough?
I
or-
just love beer. And so it's more of a, I keep myself from drinking more beer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What puts the edge
good.
on? You know, we take the edge off.
Life, Scott.
That all adds up just to an edge. That's more than an edge.
I think you are nervous sometimes, and sometimes it is awkward, and it's your job as a comic to pretend it's not awkward and just like take charge and make everybody feel like, yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Like that's your job. And if you're nervous, just like being a musician, like it kind of makes you better sometimes to be a little nervous, but you just do it anyway.
Do you do any crowd work where you're going back and forth with people?
No, I
Or is it-
freaking hate that.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be really tough to
Hate it, you hate it.
We all hate it.
Everybody
The audience
hates it.
probably hates it too. yeah.
That's the worst part of YouTube. Comedian destroys heckler.
I know.
Like it's giving people totally wrong ideas about what
That would keep
comedy
me
is
from
like.
going
The
to
comedy's
see it,
abusive, yeah.
It's abusive,
Yeah.
yeah. I try to just be nice.
The thing about the comedy thing, as opposed to the musician thing, is that you can't fake laughter. That's intense. That's the whole game changer.
Yeah.
Anybody in the world can go, woo! Oh my God, so good. But you can't fake laughter unless you're like an actor and actress, and they're not even that good at faking laughter, and that's scary because you actually have to make them.
Because it
laugh.
really
Did
seems
you ever see the
fake.
show Make Me Laugh? Okay. These are in the olden times.
Okay.
This used to be referred to as entertainment. There's a show called Make Me Laugh, and like a normal person, the contestant would sit in a chair, and a professional comedian. They would have 5 comedians, and each one would get like 60 seconds with them.
With just that one person.
Yes.
That sucks.
Trying to make them laugh. Trying to get them
to
to
make
break.
them laugh. But they were like, Gallagher, and he was pulling chickens out of his butt and all that stuff. And if they laughed, then they didn't win anything, but they won like $100 or something for every second they didn't laugh.
What?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Keeping a straight face.
Yeah, the old-
There's
I might
something
have to
really.
watch that.
Going to comedy shows is fun because it's really cathartic to sit in a room full of people laughing. And once it starts, it's so contagious. It's the greatest thing. You walk out
definitely
with
a
all these
social
endorphins from laughing and stuff.
yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Have you, I don't know if I was going to bring this up or not, but when's the last time you did this? Yeah, I'm like, you're doing
Just
it now, right?
now.
Yeah, just that. I know, but it's at our fingertips, no pun intended. So lately I've been like, when I'm sleeping, I want to get like more, I like to be encased.
I see.
And I want to put everything under something, And just like, and I'm doing that. And then the other night, like my fingertips were kind of cold and I went like that. And I'm like, this is,
It's comforting.
I forget. It's like a hack. And they call them hacks now. This is this feels really good.
It
And
is comforting.
It doesn't offend anybody. And it's just like, it is comforting. Hug your thumb. Hug your thumb.
Let's all do it.
This is going to be the new thing. Instead
thumb
of a
hug.
peace sign.
We're going to call this a somatic exercise.
Okay.
So
That's
this
good.
is technically a yoga class right now.
Okay.
What should
Yeah.
we call it?
Can you lead us in our?
Lead us.
Somatic. Okay.
Thumb say.
Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Feels good.
It's good.
Your dad's so proud of you.
Even though you killed him.
And if he's not, that's his fault.
Thumb say.
I'm proud of you, little thumbs. You take a break. You guys have been working hard.
Thumb.
Wow.
I'm glad we did that.
There was a time when I had no one. I was really quite lonesome. Then you found me. Things were groovy for a while. Thumbs used to be respected. Artists used them for perspective. Then the international sign language for cool. Then they were used as a barometer for deciding which movies to see. Now look at us.
Okay, ow. Okay, that.
Bending over backwards. Treated like crap. But we stick together.
It's okay, honey.
We're the Thumbsteins.
This guy's gotta take a nap at some point.
So,
Reality.
Blue Sky is the name of your restaurant.
Sky blue.
Sky blue.
That's close enough for Google.
So
How did you come up
close.
with that name? I mean, it's the name of the color.
Yes. Well, actually, Chad worked there for 18 months, and it was called Sky Blue Coffee and Bistro. And he was working there. It was just open for a few months, and then they were going to sell it, and he was like, I think I could do this. And so
Wow.
we kind of had more of a job of editing than generating, which is kind of
Whose
easier.
decision was it to get rid of the bistro part? Too pretentious.
Bistro, yeah, it's a big responsibility to have a bistro.
I've never been to France, so I don't think they would.
The way you
give us-
say that tells me that. Me, I've never been to France myself. You didn't even have to say that full sentence. You had to just say France, and I could tell you haven't been there.
Yeah.
I haven't been to France, Spain. Where else haven't I been? Italy. Have you been to Italy?
No.
Okay.
I've been to Oklahoma.
What's the?
Wait, isn't there a song? I've never been to Paris, but I've been to Oklahoma.
Oh, that's why she said that. She knows what to do.
Yes.
She's a professional.
Yeah. So just, I saw what you did there.
What do you do with your voice? There's something about your. I was going to play a game with you, which is like you put Lorraine in place of the rain in songs, which is like blame it on Lorraine, which takes it from blaming things on the rain to blaming it specifically on Lorraine.
I thought we could talk about just a box of Lorraine. The cops don't know how she got there. I thought that would be a good one.
What is that? I don't understand that. What's a box of? Box of rain?
Yeah.
Box of rain.
Oh wait, is this a bluegrass thing?
Kind of.
Yeah, see, that's where
I feel like you're being generous.
I don't speak fluent bluegrass. Every time it comes up, I'm out. Who sings that? Oh, Box of Rain. Isn't it the guy, the Grateful Dead lyricist, wrote that? Shit.
Robert Hunter.
Robert Hunter?
Oh, I don't know if he wrote that one.
What else you got?
I'm not sure. I thought we would do some of the love ones too.
Yeah, like what's lunch got to do with it? What else can we do?
We could also say lunch shack. It's a little shack where we could eat some lunch.
Yeah, eat together. Lunch Shack totally works.
That'll be your next restaurant.
It's interesting that lunch and love are so interchangeable.
I want to know when lunch is.
I know. Well, I want to know what lunch is. I want you to show me.
I want you to
I want to come into your
show me.
restaurant and be like, I want to know what lunch is. I want you to show me. I like to. Well, you make cortados there.
Yeah, we do make cortados.
I got into them after David Bowie passed. It's so hard for me to even say that. I was such a freak for him since forever, as were most people. And but I read that he drank cortados, and I didn't know what that was. And I'm picturing like this big hooky pooky thread. And then when I ordered one, it was sort of like 2 days after the news, and I ordered one, and it's like that big, and I was just like, of course, like David, he's like, I've got to make really introspective, mysterious, Berlin-inspired piece of art. I don't have time for a fucking bushy, fucking swirly, like, okay, let's go. But
yeah, they're from Cuba.
Oh, they are?
Cortados, yeah. I actually had a really close girlfriend years ago, and she came into Sky Blue, and she said it was the best cortado outside of Miami.
You say that very nicely, by the way.
Yeah.
You did the
Thank you.
little roll.
A little cortado.
I like those. So I used to sing it to the tune of Desperado. It was like, one cortado, make mine with 2 shots espresso, no more, no less. So I make mine to go.
Very
That's
nice.
my thing.
That's a good one.
Well, I love your restaurant. You seem okay.
You gotta catch the comedy someday. Scott, let's go to the Dive Motel.
Okay, and
comedy.
Lion Porter, the owner and designer and dreamer of there, was a guest here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sat
that's
right
so
there.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you
Really
met him
interesting.
before?
No, I haven't.
He's super cool.
That's awesome.
He's a live. He's a little Hollywood.
Alumnus.
Where do you live? Do you live around?
I live really close by here.
Oh, good. Because we can't have people outside of the city line.
Can't know.
Yeah. All right. Did we cover everything? We got the Lorraine, the lunch. I asked you about your voice. I missed the reference.
Oh my God, my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Okay, so spring is coming earlier every year. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but so I've got these allergies, and I was trying to rest my voice in anticipation of coming here and just take care of my voice because I sound different. And I thought everybody was going to be like, oh, Mikah, you sound terrible. Like, are you okay? But then ever since my voice has sounded like this, everybody's just like, Mikah seems cool today. Like, yeah, they're into it. So now I'm like, I guess I have to start smoking.
It's like a smoking whiskey thing.
Yeah.
Except it's
Scarlett
allergies.
Johansson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to have, like, I've made
Except for
it
the sneezing.
almost till 40
Yeah.
without smoking, but I'm going to have to start.
I'm gonna start drinking because I've seen those people and they're always laughing. It's
having
just
fun.
laughing and having fun.
Cutting up. I need more cutting up in my life.
Cut up.
Let's cut up.
Yeah.
Drink cigs. Drink cigs. Don't do that. That's probably.
Seriously.
I'm just getting started. I don't know how it works.
You drink those cigs and go to France.
I will. Or at least I'll make it to the Dive Motel.
Danny, take us somewhere. Take us somewhere. All right. When we come back, we're going to have our next contestant, and then I want everyone to vote on who is the best guest. We're going to come back with B. Taylor. Take me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes.
Mrs.
Everything okay?
Yeah, no, not really. I been waiting on love and respect for about I don't know, 20 years. So.
Yes, and you expected that with a side of hot nanny. I remember now.
Yeah, well, you told me about your specials when I first sat down, but
Yeah?
well, you just put that in the window to get them in, huh? And then nothing. My birthday episode. You can augment my life with your code.
Danny Strymer,
Thank
house
you, Danny
band.
Strymer. You don't need no primer when you have Danny Strymer. All right, B, let's cut right to, I don't want to talk about anything specific.
Digs.
Okay?
Digs, yeah.
B.
No
Taylor is here.
specificities.
All right.
No dates, times,
Thank you.
locations.
Thank you. I'm trying to stay anonymous, you know.
Yeah.
So
Can we
it's gonna
talk
help.
generalizations like Kentucky? Is
Yeah,
that
but
too
don't get
specific
more
for you?
specific. Yeah, you can
Because you
talk.
played at a cool place in Kentucky
We'll just be
recently.
like Kentucky.
Yes. Yeah. A couple nights ago.
Was
Yeah.
it a cool old theater? Or
Yeah. It's a beautiful theater in Somerset, Kentucky.
Is it the outdoor place I played with you? I played
No, but
drums at
same
B.
town. Same town, though.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have a new theater there, and Somerset was kind of like the first place that got us into Kentucky. So it's kind of like a homecoming every time we
Nice.
come. Every time we come
B,
there.
B taught me that, you know, her rule of thumb was, for the most part, actually I wound up getting you a gig that was in Nashville, but it's a fun one, the Last Waltz thing and all that.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
Yeah, I love
B
those
said,
guys.
she's like, I'm not playing anywhere that's less than an hour outside of Nashville. And it really makes sense because it's like making your own beer in Milwaukee.
yeah, a lot of people feel that way. I know a lot of people who won't play here.
It's beyond feeling that way.
Yeah.
It's like people show up and it's people that need that show.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
need
man.
that show. They don't
So they
need,
listen.
no offense, but they don't need any shows. They have all that they can get here.
Well, and a lot of it's sort of a hangout. People go to regular shows here, including me. And part of the reason is to see your friends
Right.
more than to hear the music. But if somebody shows up to hear you play in a theater in Kentucky, they're there to hear you play and sing.
Yeah, man, it was cool too because and I didn't tell the band that we were going to do this, but so there was, I don't know, maybe 200 people, and we, at the end of the show, I just invited everyone on stage.
Oh, nice.
And so we just had, like, we only probably fit 100 on there, and then had like the rest of everybody, and then the whole band just sat on the floor, no mics.
Wow.
No, just like
That's
being
nice.
real and being
Yeah.
connected with people.
People sang along and clapped
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Wow, what a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it was just magic, and just, I don't know, I like to create experiences for people where they're like, they called it encore on the floor. That's what they called it. So
That's
it's cool.
good.
Yeah.
Something they'll never forget. That's
Yeah, exactly,
the show.
right?
Yep.
That's what I
They'll
love.
always remember
Yeah.
that.
That's like and there's a phrase you often hear with, oh, you have to hear this singer, she'll blow you away. Oh my God, that band blew me away. And I always think of it as, that's the problem I have with many acts and artists is I don't want to be blown away. I want to be pulled in.
Oh, yes, so well said.
And so I wouldn't say if somebody asks about singers or I'm talking about B. Taylor, I never say she'll blow you away because that's not what it feels like. It just feels like, you know what? It feels like that.
Oh man, that's so cool. Cause like I'm just telling you, I love playing music with you so much. Like
Thank you.
that was
those gigs
weren't they
too
so
good.
fun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes when I'm drumming with people, I'm fantasizing that I'm drumming with you. Sometimes I call out a song from your set in the middle of their set. It's
like, what are you talking
It's true though, because you always say when he talks about you, he just says she's got it. She's got that thing. That
insane.
Yeah.
You ever remember Westworld?
You really do.
Do you ever see that movie Westworld?
Yeah.
You saw the original one with Yul Brynner?
Yes.
That's life to me is so much of that. It's just,
I get that.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
everyone looks
that.
the same, but some people are robots inside. You're like, oh fuck. And there's not a robot inside. There's just another B. Taylor to know.
Yeah, a lot of blood and tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more blood, more tears. You got to call your next album. You made an album in that bus thing for some
Jam in the Van.
Yeah.
Oh,
in New
that's
Orleans.
really good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and your whole thing with making albums is, and I don't even know where you're at with it. I've lost the thread. I can't. I'm trying to follow your life, and I just can't. All I know is I love all the pictures of you and reading what people go like, oh my God. But that Jam in the Van thing just, was just as good as anything. And and also the what was it? Oh, and then some of your recording you make on your phone.
Yeah.
And they're phenomenal.
Oh man, thank you.
You got the bear. What's your next album's going to be 2 Dixie cups and a string.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
If you want to hear her new album, hold the cup to your ear or a shell on the beach.
Yeah.
So what's something you don't normally, I know it's sounds like a silly setup, but I don't mean it to be silly, but what's something, and if you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. I don't know what I'm going to say yet, but what's something that you just, people don't know about what it feels like to be you, and to be, okay, I'm B. Taylor, I make this music, it's very natural to me, people are enthusiastic about it, everybody's like, go B, go B, go B, and you're, and I don't know anything about your career other than you keep doing it, which I think is what I do too, and most people, but how do you, oh, I just had an idea, this thing I thought last night, I wish I could show you what my thoughts look like.
Oh,
yeah.
God, I love that.
I thought that last night.
Yes.
So what do your thoughts look like?
Oh, my thoughts are a lot like surreal dreams, I feel like a lot of them have, but most of the time if I remember a dream, it's like a movie. It's literally like I went and sat down and it feels like I sat through either, a 3-hour, 4-hour movie or whatever it was. And I think my thoughts are sometimes like that. It's very surreal. And I try to piece together, what's, something I want to express. And I don't know. I think my thoughts are a bit chaotic and a bit just kind of all over the place most of the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, it works, so I just go with it, because what else am I going to do?
Did they settle? You know how everybody has like that resting face thing? When your thoughts settle,
Yeah.
do they settle? What kind of place is it when the dust settles and it's the end of the day, or the end of the day spiritually or whatever, figuratively? Do they settle on a positive or a negative or a neutral?
Yeah, I definitely think positive, like, after all of it. You know, even if I'm, like, going through, you know, a day where it's just like, what is life right now? I think it always settles, you know, in that positive place. And it's mostly if I'm, like, I need to be in the sun, you know? And if I can just, like, have some sun on my face and listen to what's going around me, whether it's birds or, you know, people, or, you know, just like having a moment where you almost forget about yourself and you focus on what is in the present and in the moment, and that's kind of where it settles and where it lands.
Everything is better outside.
I think so.
Your problems are
I think so
the
too.
second you go outside, you're
Changes
like,
everything.
oh, that's right. It's a huge world.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does
That's
change
so well
everything.
said.
Homes
Yeah.
are problem cages.
But sometimes when people, but when you're really in the depths, that sometimes
Let's go to the negative zoo. Where I live. That's where all the negative animals are caged.
But sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is to get up off the couch and go outside when you're stuck in that swirling head of
That's why they should be on like tracks, you know, and then somebody hits the button and just goes whoop, right out the front door. Get off and get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Home should just be for arguments, sex, eating, and going to the bathroom.
Amen.
Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna
to be
hear a
with you guys
song.
again.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
yeah, we need to get you a miniature piano.
Yeah.
I actually have a teeny tiny piano, but
Oh, gotcha.
let's not be
Probably
silly.
like 1 octave or something.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you
It
wouldn't be
is.
able to do much.
So B. Taylor, and then what's your latest album or a new album, or if you have a photo album? I don't know. Is there an album?
Yeah,
somewhere?
probably
Okay.
so. Did an album in Lexington with Dwayne Lundy, and don't know when it's coming out yet, but it's called 27. And
Oh,
really
it's got a
excited
name
about it.
already. That's
Cool.
a good sign.
All right. All right.
All right, we're gonna
B.
hear
Taylor.
a song.
Thank you.
You're looking for trouble, I can see it in your eyes. Just like the moon teases the stars at night. You hold an everlasting flame that's wicked and wild. Coyote running loose with a goose in his smile. And you're wanting to change like that northeastern wind. But before I catch my breath, there you go again. But this is how I found you, Lord, and how I love you still. You're just as rare as the song of the whippoorwill. Won't you tell me now what I'm supposed to do? I'm just too far gone in love with you. We've shared poverty and privilege by living close to the ground. We've lit up every city and we've taken every town. But I wouldn't have ever done it had you not been by my side. And for that I'm always grateful for you keeping me alive. So whenever I worry and whenever I fret, it's not that I've forgotten and it's not that I regret. Your ways are like a twister tearing through the western plain, and I'm just learning how to ride and wrangle your rein. Won't you tell me now what I'm supposed to do? I'm just too far gone in love with you. 'Cause you're looking for trouble, I can can see it in your eyes. Just like the moon teases the stars at night, you hold an everlasting flame that's wicked and wild. A coyote running loose with a goose in his smile. Oh, and you're wanting to change like that northeastern wind, but before I catch my breath, there you go again. But this is how I found you, Lord, and how I love you still. You're just as rare as the song of the whippoorwill. Won't you tell me now what I'm supposed to do? Hell, I'm just too far gone in love with you. Won't you tell me now what I'm supposed to do? I'm just too